the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound.
Hello guys, it's Harbour from LCPDFR, and today I'm going to be doing you some RC3 footage commentary. I'm going to explain the different features and new callouts, stuff like that have been added in this tester version. Up here is the improved force duty system. I mean, before it would just put you on duty, but with this new system, when you press Control P, it'll put you into a uniform, or let you pick a uniform, and you're on duty, saving you the need to go to the station as is required in the current version. This obviously caused problems for people online, as it would just duplicate the AI inside the station, but that issue has been resolved by this new feature. Now, I wasn't too sure on this, but here, I think you guys have got this, but I don't know, for some reason the computer looks a bit different to me in terms of calling in support requests from other units and services, but maybe that's just me. I'd like to point out I stopped here because I heard a generic alarm go off, one of the store alarms, which I haven't heard in IV before, and bear in mind I've played IV since its release in 08, so I pulled up here and the alarm seemed to have stopped, which is a bit disappointing because it would have been nice to see someone run out from the back, but it's obviously something Rockstar didn't include. Now, this is the new text draw system for the callouts. It's I like it. It's a lot smoother. It's less intrusive on your screen. It just slides in at the top there, and you can choose whether to accept or deny. I obviously chose to accept this one. The car I'm using is a 2003 NYPD Impala. It's ELSH if you're wondering, so it does not have a custom pattern. You can't change the patterns on ELSH cars, unfortunately. Okay, so as you can see, as I got into the scene, it triggered it, and the guy starts running. And if you can hear that, as I pressed E to arrest him, he pulled out a weapon. It's been increased on the chances whether or not they pull a gun on you when you arrest them. This guy did have one, and I have it on hardcore mode, so if I had just tried to arrest him anyway, he probably would have blown my brains across the pavement, which is not something we want. Another new feature we've got in RC3 is the ability to hold and frisk any pedestrian. It's now a lot easier to frisk. You just have to press E instead of the traditional Alt and R. As you can see, we have the hold suspect, which is F9, and you can frisk them with F10. Bear in mind I'm doing this on multiplayer because it's less crash worthy on multiplayer in terms of ELS vehicles and such, which is why you might see some, like, they walk off all bugged like this person here. Now, if anything like this happens, what you do is press Control and Delete, which is you'll see in a few seconds to free yourself, because I couldn't move here because she bugged out and walked off. Debug completed. Luckily the script didn't crash, so I could just carry on as usual. If it does crash, you press the comma key on an English keyboard or US keyboard, and you type reload script and press enter, and you'll have to go on duty again. But this time I managed to get her properly. Animations between the frisking of the officer and the ped seem to be synced up a lot more, which is quite nice. The siren, in case you're wondering, is a Federal Signal Smart 2000, I believe. The NYPD. I'm using a custom EMB, which I didn't even think would run on my system, but apparently it does. I'll leave a link in the description for you. As far as call-out locations go, I'm not sure if new ones have been added. I personally haven't seen a difference, but I mainly focus on traffic duties when playing. I don't really focus on call-outs. And as I pull up, he drops a weapon, starts running. Traditional out B backup, that hasn't changed.
Assaulting an officer is a serious offense. Stop that right
And as I arrest him here, he chooses to pull out a weapon, so he's taken down. And then, I'm not sure why this happens, but security guards seem to have a different pedestrian group to the police, because I've seen those get into shootouts with the police before, like he just did with me. Control M to call in paramedics. I think that's already in RC2 though. In RC3 the paramedics seem to be a lot smarter than what they used to be. I mean, I used to have problems in RC2 where they'd just drive straight past the scene and, as if they'd treated everyone on the scene. But on this one they seem to recognise as an injured person. Another thing I wanted to point out was the new revamped pursuit system, which I think most people will enjoy more than the current one. As you can see here, you can press F9 when driving along. It will bring up a little menu where you can switch the tactics and behaviour of the AI police cars behind you. You can toggle lethal force. I don't recommend, because for some reason I still can't turn that off once I've activated it.
I order you to stop that vehicle.
The AI seems to be a lot faster. I seem to have more intense pursuits than what I used to have because they're more daring. As you can see with this Turismo, he is very fast. Now I pressed F12 here. I changed their drone style to relaxed, which they hang back a bit. They don't get too involved. Response, they will speed up. Try everything they can. He stops here because it's multiplayer and he's just bugged out. If you press F9 to try change the driving tactics, or pursuit tactics I think it's called, you can change it to active or passive. If you change it to passive, I think any car you pass in the street won't get involved like it used to be. They'll just ignore the pursuit. I've also noticed that their driving seems to be improved quite a bit because because they seem to get right behind the suspect now and follow him at a rate of speed. They hardly crash into other cars. And of course you can still call for backup. This mod here, this isn't part of RC3. This is the an external third-party script called Towing Service by Abraxas. I think that's how you say it anyway. You basically go up to any car you want towed, press Control T, and it will spawn a truck, put it on the back and drive off, which is pretty neat. I think that about wraps up what I had today for RC3. I guess I'll continue doing gameplay videos because people seem to enjoy them. If you have any questions about RC3, anything you think I might have missed or anything you want clarification on, post it in the comments or on the official topic on the LCPDFR forums. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.